Hey everyone, Chris here. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Darktoylord Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Transformers MP-13 Masterpiece Soundwave action figure. So I know that it says Takara Tomy in the top right hand corner, but this is actually a KO version, KO being knockoff. But typically growing up, knockoff toy meant real crappy quality. These days, when you find a Transformer that says it's a KO version, typically what it is, it's a high quality action figure, just not an official release. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Now mine got a little bit banged up in transit. This came from China, and what they did, they essentially just wrapped the toy package in styrofoam and then just taped up the entire all the layers of styrofoam and packing tape. So it wasn't all that well protected, but it did get here one piece, luckily. Up here we have the Transformers logo, and just to show how they tried to keep the same quality as the official releases, you have Masterpiece right here that is actually done in like a foil font, so it has a nice little reflective surface there. We have a picture of Soundwave plus Laserbeak and Robot, as well as cassette recorder modes. We're going to go ahead and spin this around. On the side we have the Transformers Masterpiece, again in the foil lettering. And then here on the back we have again pictures of the toy, Laserbeak, Soundwave, the other cassettes that can go into Soundwave. More pictures and a lot of text that I can't read and definitely don't understand. And again on the side, foil lettering brings us back to the front. So let's go ahead, open this up, and we'll take a closer look at the action figure. So real quick, I just want to comment on the quality of the packaging. The outside looks pretty nice, but I do have a couple other KOs, and if memory serves me correctly, those boxes are up in the attic now, but if memory serves me correctly, the packaging itself was pretty much spot on to the official releases as well. This particular box, it's really just like your brown cardboard box type material. So I don't have the official Soundwave, so I'm not sure what that box looks like, but this just seems a little bit lower quality packaging. Alright, so inside the box we have the instruction manual. You see there's a little collector's card there. Put that aside. Now Soundwave is in his plastic tray. So let's go ahead, this is taped down, so let's go ahead and pull this open real quick. Okay, so inside the tray we have Soundwave's, what would be battery / hand cannon. Get a close up of that. I'm sorry, the camera is really kind of projecting a shadow onto the toy, so it's a little bit darker than my videos typically are. Next we have an attachment that can go onto Soundwave's forearm. This would be an Energon cube. This is an alternate chest piece. Replace the one right there. Let's go up here. We have Megatron, and Megatron in his gun mode. He comes with all these separate parts. So we have the scope, which just fell off, so we'll just plug that back in. He feels like it's kind of sturdy. I'm not sure why that just popped off. And then we have yeah, I'm not big into guns, but is this the stock maybe? But that slides on right there. Put him aside. We have this part right here is Laserbeak's cassette case. And this is Laserbeak. Now the reason why I took them out in this order is because I see right away this, I guess we'll find out more when we transform them, but you can see that this wing here on Laserbeak, I'm sorry, doesn't lay flat. So there's definitely a quality concern there. We'll address that in a moment. And then, of course, the piece of de resistance, Soundwave. Oh, get back in a view, Soundwave. So there you go. It feels pretty good in my hand. Legs a little bit shaky, but there is die-cast metal in there, so I guess that's to be expected. I'm not sure how sturdy the official one is, because like I said, I don't have it. So if you have it, you let me know. If you hold the official one up, are his legs as shaky as that? But we'll discuss that more once we get to the actual transformation of the toy. All right, so here's a closer up view of the card that comes with Soundwave. So it's a nice, it's a thicker cardstock. It's not real thin, cheap paper or anything like that. It's a nice thick cardstock. This side looks pretty decent, but when I flip it around to the back, to me, it looks like the print quality just doesn't look as professional as the front does. So I think maybe just in general, the print quality is a little bit lesser. And then over here is the instruction manual. And it's a thick manual. Here's, I guess, all showing how to open up the chest, remove the cassettes, all the contents. No, that's funny. This shows him with the missile attached to the cannon. That was not in the package when I removed the contents, so unless that's somewhere hidden inside a Soundwave, that's not actually included, but I guess we'll find out a little bit later on. Here is... Oh, it's right there. Oh, so it's actually inside the cannon. It pops out. All right, never mind. Strike that, reverse this. I take that back. So it looks like the pictures are pretty self-explanatory, so we'll be able to get through the transformation no problem, which is good that the pictures are that helpful, because again, I cannot read a single thing in this instruction manual. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Laserbeak first. Now, I did a quick transformation off camera just to re-familiarize myself with how this works. And I do have the other KO, like Buzzsaw, Frenzy, Rumble, Ravage. So I do have those guys, and I just wanted to get used to the transformation again, see how they stack up. So let's go ahead and address this guy. So you can see that flap, I managed to get it down, so I think it was just mistransformed in the package. So that's not too much of a concern anymore. I just feel like it pops up a little bit, but again, it might be just because it's mistransformed. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to, first off, here's Laserbeak's head. There's a slot here on the cassette side that you can get your fingernail in there and push through, and that'll pop up Laserbeak's head slightly, that you can get your fingernail under the beak and then pull the head up and out. Once you have that, we can take these parts right here, which would be Laserbeak's cannons. We can flip those around. Pop up the wing. So we get that. We'll take the feet and push those down and around. Now, here's a quality issue on this guy. Zoom in here. See, this foot is not sturdy at all. Just kind of flops around in the breeze. I think it's a pin here, so maybe the pin just needs to be pushed in further. But moving on, we're going to go ahead and we're going to... Oh, we should probably have done this part before the feet. We're going to take these sections of the wings, we're going to unfold those. And then we can flip them around like so. And they're going to kind of tab into place. And then we could position the feet. So his left foot is nice and sturdy. His right foot is really loose. I'll have to see off camera if there's anything I can do about that. But in a nutshell, there is the KO Laserbeak. It doesn't look too bad. His laser packs or cans or whatever you want to call them here, the paint quality, I don't know, I don't think it looks all that great. It just kind of looks a little bit sloppy. But other than that, I really don't have any concerns about the toy. It's pretty decent. So I was transforming Laserbeak back into cassette mode so I can put him into Soundwave's chest, and it looks like I had missed something. So there was a panel on top of his head that you flip open, and I don't think I have it fully opened up, but that's supposed to be a video camera, I'm thinking. It was tough to open. I don't have the fingernails to do it, so I had to actually grab a thumbtack and try to pry it open a little bit. I was kind of concerned about damaging the plastic, so I don't think I'll ever be opening that up again. I'm just going to keep that shut. And fold his head back. Alright, and now let's go ahead and make sure all the panels are as tight as we can get them. And we're going to go ahead and put him inside of Soundwave's chest. Here's the button, just like the original Generation 1 toy. We'll toss him in, cassette side facing out. And we'll close him up. And of course now he's stuck in there because he didn't transform all the way. So I'll have to try to pry him out later. So I guess that's a concern with how those panels are not closing all the way. I got him in there, but now he's kind of stuck. So I'll have to very gently get him out later on. All right, we're gonna go ahead and attach this hand accessory. So in order to do this, let's make sure Soundwave's hand is fully closed into a fist. We're gonna come in here and pop this panel open. And then we're going to rotate the fist inside the forearm. And it's one of those things that, again, you want to make sure it's fully closed. Otherwise, you're probably going to get the hand stuck, which I believe I just did. There we go. Let's try that again. Maybe there's a better way to position the hand. Maybe if we try this way. No, I don't feel like that's any better either. Oh, I just got this and I don't want to break it. Alright, well, it's in there. Hopefully I can get that out. We'll close that panel up and we'll take this attachment. You'll see there's some slots there on that panel. There's some tabs on this piece. I think it went like this. Now from the cartoon, I don't exactly remember what this accessory did, but there it is. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the hand cannon. So first off, we're just going to pull the back section out. Now be careful, I'm not sure if it's a problem with every one of them, but this popped off for me like wicked easy. So I put that back on. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to try to force the actual handle out. And when doing so, it pops up the tip here, which we can pull out. And there you have the hand cannon. Now all of Soundwave's fingers are individually jointed. So let's go ahead and see how well this will hold. Wrap the fingers around, thumb in. In his hand, but it is very loose. It doesn't look like there's any sort of mechanism. You know how some toys will have something that can tab in? Oh, he does have a tab in slot. All right, so that'll be better. There's a tab on the handle, and then there's a slot in the hand. You can just peg that in. Now I keep on calling it a handle. Like I said before, I don't know a lot about guns, so I'm not sure what it's actually called. But we tab that in. Wrap the fingers around. Bring the thumb down. Dang it! Try that again. Tab. Fingers around. Thumb and down. Easily. Well, it just came untabbed again, so he can hold it, but it's not that secure. Put his hand cannon aside. We'll see how well he holds on to Megatron. Megatron does not appear to have any tabs, so he's probably gonna fit a lot looser. But he does have that trigger, so maybe we can get one finger in there on the trigger. That'll help stabilize him. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. He actually holds on to Megatron pretty well. And real quick, something I just noticed is that this actually slides down. So that might be useful to have him go in the hand of other robots, maybe with a bigger fist than Soundwave. But for like this fit pretty well, so you don't need to necessarily do that for Soundwave, but again, maybe for some other characters. And before I actually put Megatron away, I just wanted to show you that all these pieces do pop off. So you have a much smaller version of Megatron. And I like that, let me zoom in here a little bit too, that he is just a small weapon accessory, but they still have a little tiny Decepticon symbol right there on them. So in an effort to pry Laserbeak out of Soundwave's chest, I actually discovered something that I had missed in the instructions. So if we pop this open, this inside panel right here, you probably can't see it, the lighting's not good enough. Now, there's a panel in here that you can actually push in. If you push it all the way back, you're able to fit more than one cassette in there. And then here in the back, there's a button, you can just push it down, and it pushes that panel further out to help eject those cassettes. Alright, so I already have the fists folded into the forearms from when I was playing around with the accessories earlier. I did go through one transformation on this already, and I just gotta say that it wasn't easy, it wasn't fun, and at any given second I was really concerned that I was gonna break something. So let's go ahead and give this a shot, and hopefully we don't break it. So let's go ahead, we're gonna straighten out the arms. These joints are a little bit loose for my taste, but that being that, we're going to fold up the arms. Let's spin him around. We're going to take his shoulder cannon, we're going to spin that back and fold it down. You can pop open this compartment, fold Soundwave's head into it, close it back up. We're going to get the hand cannon that's transformed back into the battery mode. There's a tab on it right here, and there's a slot here this tabs into. You're gonna have to give it some force. Took me a little bit to get that in there. All right, and then we can go to the top of the shoulders, or I'm sorry, the back of the shoulders. There's a panel we're gonna flip up on either side. And then once you have those panels up, we're going to rotate the arms backwards. And you can see that top panel covers the battery tip. All right. Go ahead and bring them back around to the front. We want to take this pelvis, we want to push it forward, or take the torso, push it back, however you want to look at it. And that was one area that was concerning me. I thought I was going to break something. Oh, you know what? Let's come down here. No, that shouldn't matter. This is all one piece. There we go. Pushed it back. Then we're going to take the legs. Ooh, I hear that clicking. I don't like it. I think we're going to rotate these around. memory serves me correctly, we want the screws that were on the insides, we want those facing back. I'm gonna rotate the legs up so we can spin these around like this. Those ratchet joints, man, they really freak me out. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to, there's this panel here on the leg. We're gonna open that up. We can take the foot, we're gonna spin that around like that, and then fold it down. And there's a, right here, the tip of the toe, there's a slot, and there's a peg on that panel that we unfolded. It's gonna peg right into that. Do that to both sides. All right, now it got kind of funny here for me too. Let's start bending the legs up like that. And there's a button right here we push in, and this, it got tough. Maybe I'll loosen it up a little bit. Push that button in, and then you need to try to collapse the leg. There's another part where I'm really concerned I'm going to break something. But you collapse the leg, and there'll be a slot right here, a tab right here. You want to try to tab that in, but I'm not sure if, I'm guessing that's just because this is the KO version. I know I said quality of these things seemed pretty good in the past. Maybe it's hit or miss. Maybe they all do this, I'm not sure, but it doesn't actually stay into place. We can try to help a little bit, but we're gonna grab this panel. We're going to fold it in like this. At the same time, this section right here, we're going to fold up, rotate around like that. And that's going to peg in like that. Yeah, see, that doesn't really help keep anything in place. So that sucks. Let's do the same to the other side. I really thought I was going to break this leg when I was trying it over here. Pushing this button, because this button doesn't seem like it wants to do anything. There we go. Try to peg it into place. Take this panel, fold it down, rotate the blue section, slide that over here, maybe. All right, so we get that all taken care of. Again, nothing actually stays pegged in. Oop, that one just snapped, so maybe you gotta wait for a click. Oh, you do, it clicks. All right, all is well with the world. Now the last section is here, and again, another section I thought I was gonna break. Let's take this silver part that wraps all the way around. We're gonna unpeg that from the back. If we can. Take these two halves, fold them around, and so in case you just missed that, this little section here, we straighten that out. You can fold this panel around. And then we gotta push this up and then lock that into place. All right, so actually, you know what? It's not that bad. When I first did this, I didn't realize there was a click there in order to get them locked into place. But now that they clicked and they're locked into place, it actually isn't that bad at all. Still a concern is the arms are really kind of loose, and I kind of feel like those are flopping around. I didn't see anywhere where they pegged in. Oh, but there is, and I missed it. So it looks like there's a little slot and tab. But, all right, so not as tight as a fit. I guess that's okay. So there he is in cassette recorder mode. think I've already covered all the gimmicks. So I guess the only thing left to do is transform back to robot mode. Alright, so I just went ahead and I grabbed a couple of my other Masterpiece figures to bring in for size comparisons. They have been on the toy shelf for quite some time now, so they may be a little bit dusty. I apologize for that. But I just want to say, in regards to quality, Prime, he is an official Hasbro product, and he is a solid figure, quality-wise. Blue Streak, he is a KO, but the quality on him is good. I have an official Prowl, which is essentially the same mold, and the quality is pretty much the same on both those figures. So I'm not sure if it's my Soundwave, my KO Soundwave in particular, or just the KO Soundwave in general. I wasn't too pleased with the quality on this figure. There's some seams that don't seem as tight, some joints that seem like they're a lot looser than they should be, and all in all, I mean, he's just going to go on the shelf in robot mode all the time anyway, so it won't be too much of a concern. But when I was transforming him, I was really concerned that I was going to start breaking him in various spots. Certain sections were way too tight and I felt like I had to force it. Those strong ratchets, I felt like the plastic wasn't strong enough for those joints, and I thought I was going to break those. So, I mean, would I still recommend him? Yes, because I guess, yes, depending on your budget. If you want an official one these days, you're spending well over $200. I got all my cassettes for, like, I think it was 2 packs for $20 each, and he was $55 perhaps. So you're spending less money for the KOs. Quality is, I want to say, about 90-95% as good as the officials. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. If you have one of these KO Soundwaves and you notice something different on yours than mine, please let me know. Maybe yours is better quality. Or if you have any questions, let me know as well. As always, I do thank you for tuning in. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.